Dreamy Thatch Grove. I am so happy you found your way here. We have no goal tonight really for this video, other than just to help you relax and settle and unwind. Going to keep talking throughout, but feel free to stop paying attention altogether. The things I'm saying are not going to matter at all, and you are not going to miss out if you just let yourself zone out to the sound of it. The only warning I'm going to give before we start is that in this video I'm going to be switching between soft speaking to whispering and then back to soft speaking. And I know some people hate that when you go from the softer whispering sound back to soft speaking with the voice, the full vocalization. I know some people hate that. But also some people love it. I personally love it. But I've avoided doing it because I know it's a little bit hit or miss. But that's sort of silly. Because with ASMR, to be honest, everything is hit or miss. It needs to be a very bespoke experience, ASMR. Just combing through your energy. Perfect. But yeah, it's very, very individual taste kind of thing, ASMR. The things some of us love, just like give other people truly the deepest ick imaginable. And so I let that kind of stop me from committing to just making whatever I want sometimes. Because I worry I'm gonna make people be like, ugh, you know. Nobody wants to make people be like, ugh. But it's inevitable. I mean, there are people who just hate ASMR as a concept. And I've heard before that people who really, really respond well to ASMR are more likely to have misophonia. I don't understand how that's possibly a thing that's been researched enough for anyone to say with confidence. So I don't think that's like scientifically founded necessarily. But anecdotally, I think it makes sense in my brain. I don't know. I think if these kinds of auditory triggers, if you're more susceptible to them sounding good for you, then it makes sense that you're also more susceptible for ones that sound bad to you. So I think that makes sense to me. It's not just going to be hand movements and the soft speaking to whispering. I also have a few little items that I found that I thought would be fun for ASMR, so we'll just do a little trigger exploration in with this. I found these two in the end keep wanting to come off, and they do get stuck to the little cloth I have, the tablecloth, for the backdrop. And so there's already a few little bits that I just can't, like, untangle. But what else is new? Refocus, my darling. Refocus. Refocus. So close, come on. There we go. I think the way that the matte nails reflect light can trip up my camera's autofocus. But the point is, that doesn't matter, it's fine. The point is, doesn't this sound incredible? Some fibers from the tablecloth have also gotten stuck to the wood, and it is in fact cruel that it's going both ways. It should really be one or the other. It should either be that I'm getting little wood splinters on my backdrop, or that I'm getting fabric fibers on my little wood panel. My nail was coming off. It's alright, I've saved us. I've rescued the nail, don't worry. But something about the thinness of the wood is just, to me, it's so good for tapping. I don't know. I'm very particular about tapping sounds. But certain woods in particular have like a soft echo to them. And it sounds so much like raindrops to me. I think it's really, really lovely. But even still, I always prefer like a nail scratching. I want to say scratching, but this doesn't quite even, it's not like that scratching. This is more just like almost a caress of sorts. I even like it without the nails, just the fingertips. But the thinness, like I said, of the wood gave it an almost, the hollow sound to it can sound almost metallic to my ear at times, and I really like it. Do you hear what I mean? I think that sounds so good. I actually, like I said, did find have no idea what these little wood panels were intended to be used for. Maybe they're meant to be painted on. I don't imagine they were sold with the intention that they would be tapped on. But I think that's their best usage by far. Somebody bully me into doing a full video of just whatever this is. I love this. So into the sound of this that I forgot that I'm meant to be talking and whispering throughout this one. I could just listen to the sound all day. Every so often when I'm making a video, I just know that it's one I would love to watch. And I'm thinking like, oh, I could write so many emails to this. Fall asleep to it, I don't know. Do you also use ASMR to have in the background while you are working, or do you only use it for a sleep aid? I listen to it for both, and it's just like a constant day and night ASMR barrage. That was too abrupt, I apologize. And sometimes I just imagine my FBI agent being like, damn bitch, do you listen to music? Which I do a lot, but it's just kind of funny how often I would prefer ASMR over any other kind of, like where other people maybe, I think, put on a podcast to complete their tasks. I would pretty much always prefer to put on an ASMR video. This is supposed to be more of an exploration. Various triggers. I've got, see, there's a bunch of little tiny wood shavings. I will have to clean it with a little lint roller later. I have tried to record the sounds with the lint roller. Don't even ask for it. It sucks. It sucks. It is way too loud. It is doing simply too much. Now, I mentioned that sound, the hollowness of the sound of that wood having a slightly like metallic-y sound to it to me. But here's an actual metal trigger. I have these two bookmarks. In this lighting you can't tell, but one of them is silver and one of them is gold. This looks so silver in this lighting, but this one's gold, I swear. It is picking up so silvery, that's wild. I am telling the truth, does it look more gold over here? No, it just looks silver. But this one's gold. Okay, flip to this way, you can tell better. Yeah, this one's gold and this one's silver. And they're shaped like little feathers. And I think they're meant to be little bookmarks. But they're these very, very, very thin metal little feathers. And they've got the most incredible little, do you see all the like detailing on it? Let me set this one down. Do you see? There it is. Do you see all of that detailing on it? I just think it's so good. All the little ridges and the feather. It's so lovely. And of course, because it's reflective, it also allows for one of my favorite visual triggers. I love like anything kind of mirrory, where you can see the fingers approaching to touch it, but just not quite touching yet. On TikTok, there is a channel I love, Cozy Chai ASMR, and she has some videos of her doing like reviews of drinks in her car, and I love the way that she like traces just near the cup, but not quite touching, just barely, just every so often touching it, but just so close. The kind of anticipatory visual triggers I love. But these ridges make such good little sounds. They're really nice, I think. I think they're just so tingly and really lovely. I think maybe the nails aren't even like the best thing to use for it. I think I need some kind of like other little item. Or at least the other feather. I can maybe use the tip of it. They have little holes in them that I think are for putting like a little thread. Or a small ribbon. The outside almost scalloped. That's any kind of interesting sound as well. I think that metal as a texture is kind of underrated for ASMR. There's a few textures I think are underrated. I should do a video on that. Look, I think metal is underrated. Ceramic, especially unfinished ceramic. Oh, I have something I think I could show you what I mean. Like unglazed ceramic, where it's kind of got that rough sandpapery texture. It's just so nice. I love that. I think that maybe to me the most underrated ASMR texture is felt, wool felt, which is a bit critical because I don't really use it ever. I have a couple times, but it's a texture I just love. Metal, ceramic, felt, any kind of like a twine or wicker as well. Very underrated. A sort of canvas or burlap I think could be really nice as well. I feel like wood and glass get a lot of the attention, and secondarily cork because of GB. Bless her heart, because I did such a good one. She's so right for that. But I want more variation in texture in ASMR, and I should really prioritize that when I'm making my videos and planning them out. Holding my 2 eyes, sorry, I got distracted. I also think stone. I should do more stone. Like rocks and crystals. I have a couple of geodes. Or just one geode, but it's split. And so you've got that like smooth, polished stone interior and then that like rough rock exterior. Why have I not used that before? That's crazy. It'd be so lovely for ASMR. I'll need to bring that out. But yeah, I just found these metal feather bookmarks with these beautiful ridges. And even before I touched them, I was like, oh my gosh, the ridges for ASMR. It's over for you bitches. And by over, I mean you staying awake. It's crazy that this one looks so silver on the camera. I swear when I look down and look at it in person, I can tell that it's gold. Cameras are funny like that. I think that's enough for these for now. I do have to be really delicate with it, so it's a little distracting with these ones because metal sounds can be a little bit rough if you're not taking care. properly. I found this one is less good, I think, but honorable mention. I found this, it was a gift from a few years ago that I forgot to open and use. It is an exclusive, it says, an exclusive from the illustrious Claire's. And it's a little cable protector. And if you have your eyes closed, I will describe it to you. It is looking like a little avocado with a sort of kawaii, happy, blushy face. And its bit is in the shape of a heart because it loves you. And I found this, and I just kind of lightly shook it side to side. No, never mind, that was terrible. Sometimes something sounds like it'll be so good for ASMR because it sounds really nice in person. But then once you start recording it with the microphone, it's like, oh, that actually sucked the whole time and nobody told me. And the last two things I wanted to show you were these. I set that one aside. First, I have this little, I think it's a little hairpin. But I just love the look of it. It looks like a kind of crystal to me. I don't think it is. But it's just this beautiful hairpin. And I like to just use it as a little pointer. I used it in a TikTok video. Of doing the Minute Cryptic little game on my iPad. By the way, I need to promote myself better. You should totally coming out on my TikTok as well. I started it, I think, in March, and then immediately stopped using it after a week because of my life has been crazy lately, and I was like, that's just, I need to focus on at least getting a video a week up on YouTube. I can't also do TikTok. But then late last month, at the end of May, I came back to it, and I've been really, really loving it. I feel like I'm connecting more with other ASMR artists, which is really nice. And it's really good for me to have to be, it's good for me to be more consistent because I can actually make, a video every day because it's really short. Lately I've been making several. And it's just been such a joy. So you should come check out the TikTok. I keep forgetting to mention it in videos. I also keep forgetting to plug channel memberships if that's something you're interested in. If you'd like, early access to most videos, you can get that through channel memberships if you want to support the channel. So, but of course, if you have no interest in the memberships or TikTok, you can ignore all of that and just enjoy the videos. That's lovely too. No matter what, I'm always happy to have you here. But I just love, face tracing, and something about this little hairpin thing really stuck out to me as being a nice thing to use for some little face tracing triggers. And the last item is a little bit big, so it might be hard to see it on camera being this close. little tiny, like, sand-like beads and some herbs of some kind. It smells amazing. And what you do is you put this in the microwave and heat it up. And then you put this upside down over your eyes. This is where your nose bridge goes. And you let the pillows kind of weigh down on your eyes, nice and warm, and it just like cools, or not cools, warms and like relaxes, soothes your eyes, the muscles around your eyes, and the eyebrows, and it just is so relaxing and nice. And even room temperature, it smells so good. That when you warm it up, and it's extra aromatic, and it's just so relaxing. I love this thing. It helps so much with when I get like bad headaches. It's just like the perfect like weight to it. And the fabric is like it has a nice thickness to it. I've had little pillows before that were filled with herbs, and like every time some little herb, like especially lavender, a small lavender sprig, will stab through the fabric of the pillow. You'll find a little like crevice between, in the stitching. It'll find that intersection point and it'll poke through. And you don't want that at all, but you especially don't want that for an eye pillow. And so it's clear that they chose a good fabric to use for this. Something about the stitch pattern on it is just really good for like keeping it all inside and leaving no gaps for any herbs to poke out of. And so it's just soft and lovely, and like I said, it's got such a good weight to it. When you press it against the eyes, all nice and warm, and it's just like a perfect massage of sorts. Although it's not technically massaging, it's perfectly still, but it feels like the best massage. And I love the texture of this for like scratching with my nails. I think also the like sandy bits in it make a nice rustly sound. bulbous head of the hair stick is much heavier, and so it's good to sort of like almost use percussively like a drumstick on the nice little fillings in the little eye heart pillow. There we go. So those are just a few new items that I found that I think are going to be staples for me. The little wood panels, the metal feather bookmarks, this little hair stick thing, and the heart pillow. I'd love to hear if you have a favorite, if you are still awake. Oh, that's where it's at. I found my favorite combination of these. I kind of love when there's multiple triggers going on at once, and my brain doesn't even know what to do. I kind of only see this used in the follow my instructions videos, which I do love, but I also think that it's really nice to have no instruction and just let your brain be the correct amount of overloaded, just completely no stakes, slightest bit of overstimulation kind of overloaded. I think that's really good for inducing sleepiness. Though that might just be me, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Forehead, writing the protection sigils right into your forehead, of course. Down your nose there, and of course along the sides of your face down to your chin. You are now free to drift off into dreams, or stay awake just as you are, whatever you'd like. And as always, you are always welcome to stay with me for as long as you need.